Live today, Wednesday, February 26th, 2020. Thanks, as usual, to everyone who has continued to follow us either on our website or through email, through our new chat bot that we've launched to stay in touch. All the different ways that we've reached out to our community. We really appreciate all of the input. As you see, my dog Darby walk behind me. I want to start this Facebook Live sharing a few important details. First is I'll be live on Facebook next Wednesday, March 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook page. And I'll be kicking off a 3-week educational series, which we are titling How to Determine Where You Fit Best in the Green Niche. So mark your calendars. I'm all in with helping you guys to navigate the green industry and help you to guide your whichever way you want to go within the industry and really help to guide you on your path to success. So that's next Wednesday, March 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to kick off that 3-week educational series. So very excited about that. Secondly, starting Thursday, March 19th, we'll be accepting members into a brand new pop-up Facebook group that we've created. The group will open on Friday, March 20th through Tuesday, March 24th. And we'll be home to a Green Entrepreneurs Challenge that we've created, complete with cash prizes. And we have more details to come, but I wanted to let you guys, make you guys aware of those new things that we have created in the way of courses and educational series and challenges. So we're looking to create an environment where there's learning and it's fun and also some cash prizes. So it's been a real busy week. I wanted to touch on a couple of key stories or news items that were in the news since our last Facebook Live. We wrote articles about both of them. So I wanted to jump into those on this Facebook Live. Both of these articles you can find on our blog, on our website, begreenconsultants.com. And the two articles have one thing in common that you'll find as I go through the key takeaways. The main common denominator is age verification. So as the industry matures, more products are coming to market, the regulators are wanting to draw up legislation and put some things in place to make sure that marketers are operating, within the rule of law, so that they're not marketing to anyone under the age of 21. So the first article that I wanted to cover that wrote about a couple days ago was that the FDA is looking to end ENDS, ENDS. And ENDS, if you're not familiar, it stands for Electronic Nicotine Delivery System. So it's the delivery system that is used in vaping products. And the challenge for the cannabis industry is that there's a real worry that the cannabis vaping products are going to be grouped in with the nicotine vaping products in the eyes of the FDA and regulated in a similar fashion. So this is all stemming from what the FDA is viewing as a youth epidemic with the usage of Juul products. So it's a gray area, and a lot of the thinking is that the cannabis products are going to be grouped with the nicotine products. So as a marketer, you really want to get ahead of this, get out in front of this, and view the guidelines that the FDA has come out with as it relates to how you're marketing your products, because there's really going to be a lot of scrutiny as to, you know, who these products are marketed to, and there's going to be penalties for those that are not in line with the FDA regulations. So the FDA has made an announcement, and they've offered guidelines. So it's the FDA announcement in addition to a report by the CDC recently, which has brought into question the supply chain of a lot of products in the cannabis industry. So it all stems, again, back to age verification and wanting to know that the products are being marketed to those consumers that are at least age 21, and also that the products are they're produced properly and they are transported properly. So the supply chains are going to be analyzed very closely as well. So again, as a marketer, if you're the retail operation, you really need to know that your supply chains are in good standing in the eyes of the FDA and the CDC. So the article, which was titled "The FDA is Looking to End ENDS," ENDS, really highlights that announcement and the CDC report and offers information on the guidelines that they are offering to marketers. So thought it was great information for our marketers, so that you can, again, make sure that you are running your business in a way that will avoid any penalties, for being outside of these guidelines. The second article that we recently posted highlighted the state of Maine and how they are preparing for adult use marijuana. Now, in previous Facebook Lives, we've discussed a lot of other states and what's going on with legalization efforts in states like Alabama and Kentucky, as well as expansion in a lot of different states that we covered last week. So this most recent article highlights the environment in the state of Maine. And what is going on in Maine is, although legalization was passed in 2016, it has taken the state a number of years to work through a lot of legislative hurdles and clear those to get to a point where they are just now starting to process licenses for businesses. So Maine is being viewed as having a tremendous opportunity from a business standpoint for all kinds of businesses, not only directly related to cannabis, but also ancillary services surrounding cannabis. The state legislators are anticipating revenue of around 44 million. However, industry analysts are expecting revenues well above 150 million, 158 million to be exact, which would create $32 million in taxes for the state of Maine. And that stems from a 20% effective tax rate. And so the business opportunity, again, is tremendous in the state of Maine. The situation there is, as I said, the state now is getting to the point where they're starting to issue these licenses. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity available in the state of Maine. So that's really encouraging, when you add Maine, in addition to what we've seen again in Alabama and Kentucky and a number of the states that we mentioned last week that are expanding, a number of them in the medical marijuana space. There's just continues to be a tremendous amount of opportunity. So it's really an exciting space to be in and to bring these news items to you guys. Again, we welcome your feedback on what you're seeing in the market. If you are, again, in a retail operation, or you are in a situation where you're a grower, wherever you are in the supply chain, we welcome your feedback of what you're seeing with your operation and with your sales, with your marketing, what's going on in your respective states. But in addition to Maine starting to process those licenses, the Office of Marijuana Policy, or the OMP as it's well known there, has also issued their own guidelines. And again, as I said, the common theme is age verification. So they have stated guidelines that within the state of Maine, they want marketers to be very well aware of not only their messaging surrounding marketing, but also the location of their marketing, right? There's certain guidelines to where the marketing can be located. And they allow that, there could be some exposure to consumers that are under 21. It's not a perfect science, but they are giving guidelines as far as locations where marketing can be permitted and prohibited. They also touch on the platforms for marketing, so for TV, radio, and also web-based marketing. They really focus on the need for age verification technology if you're advertising on Facebook and Instagram. They advise that you consult with an attorney to make sure that you're operating within the legal parameters that they establish. But as a marketer, this to me seems just a natural evolution, right, of what we've seen as the cannabis market rolls out across the U.S. We're learning from a lot of the states that have legalized it years ago, as well as states that are just coming on board now. So every new state that is coming on board or is considering coming on board, there's education in all of those opportunities. So it's exciting what we're seeing as more and more of these states either come on board or there's legislation that is close to being passed. But as a marketer, we just want to make sure that you're aware of these guidelines, right? And that you are operating within those guidelines to avoid any penalties, be it the FDA, CDC, or within your respective states. So those were a couple of items that we covered over the last week on our blog on bgreenconsultants.com. And again, wanted to touch on the important details from the top of this Facebook Live. Again, next Wednesday, March 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be kicking off a 3-week educational series, and it's titled How to Determine Where You Fit Best in the Green Niche. Right? So we're going to, again, be discussing all the different opportunities in this industry that is exploding. And so we'll look to help you to find where you fit best to take best advantage of this exploding industry. So that's starting next Wednesday, and that will go for 3 weeks. And also starting Thursday, March 19th, is our brand new pop-up Facebook group. And so that's going to be open from March 20th through March 24th. And it's going to be home to what we call our Green Entrepreneurs Challenge. So there's going to be a number of challenges that we've developed in an effort, again, to educate and keep it fun. So there's going to be cash prizes that are available for you guys. So definitely you do not want to miss that. So look for more information, on those two items coming out going forward. So again, thank you all for the interest that you have shown to the work that we're doing. We really appreciate all of the feedback. Again, let us know what you're seeing out there. We try to keep everyone abreast of important news items that we see each week. And I know with working with the clients that we work with, it's a very dynamic industry. And so as marketers, we really need to stay on top of new changes in policies and guidelines. We really want to steer away from any kind of penalties with the marketing that we're doing. And if done properly, the business opportunities again are tremendous. So we're very excited about what we see going on with the industry and with working with a number of you guys. It's really exciting to see what you guys are doing, and we really enjoy helping you to achieve your goals, to be successful along the way. So if you have any messages for me, please send me a message on Facebook here, or shoot me an email on at bmellet@bgreenconsultants.com. And until next week, have an awesome week. Keep in mind, a couple of the key takeaways that we mentioned today as it relates to age verification, not only with the FDA, but what's going on in the state of Maine. And have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.